Hi, Chris Barr here from Palm Beach Feng Shui, and today I want to talk about the December 2009 flying star energy. And when I talk about the flying star energy for December, I'm talking about starting December 7th, because in Feng Shui, the month actually begins a little bit later than the first of the month. So the December energy will run from about December 7th until January 4th. So I want to talk about two stars in particular. One is not good and one is very good. So I want to talk about those two in particular. And the first one is the disaster star that sits in the north. Now you may be wondering why I have disaster down here at the bottom with N for north at the bottom. Well, in Feng Shui, the Bagua, which looks like a tic-tac-toe symbol, is our map. And in the Feng Shui map, south is at the top, north is at the bottom, east is on the left, and west is on the right. So you kind of have to get your head wrapped around that. But anyway, the disaster star that sits in the north affects things that are related to the north area of the Bagua. And the north area of the Bagua represents career, it represents water, and so those are the two things you want to pay attention to. So when it comes to water-related activities, it not only includes like going to the beach, which is what we're still doing here in South Florida, even though it's December. It also includes things like snow skiing or snowboarding or doing things related to snow, ice fishing, things like that. So when you're out on the water this month, if you're out on the water this month, just take extra precautions. You know, if there's a rip tide and you're at the ocean, just make sure you keep an eye on yourself and you don't get too far out in the water. If you're snowboarding or snow skiing, just make sure you have the right protective equipment on, because this month the energy is just more prone to having big problems. The other challenge that we may see on a bigger scale, and again, this is one of those things that you want to pay attention to in the news, is more people may lose their jobs this month, unfortunately, because of this disaster star. Now, the group that's more likely to be affected are middle-aged men, because this star sits on the area also associated with middle-aged men. So that's men aged 30 to 60. So you might want to pay attention to that. Now, the good news is there is a remedy for the disaster star. Every star has a remedy or an activation. If it's a negative star, it has a remedy. If it's a positive star, it has an activation. So you can use your Feng Shui remedy to cut this energy back. It'll never be 100% because this is the hardest star of all of the flying stars to remedy, but you can cut it back about 50% using your Feng Shui remedies. And if you're not sure what those are, I'm going to tell you at the end of the video here where you can get that. The good star that you definitely want to be activating this month is the windfall star, and that sits in the southwest. Now, the windfall star, you can trigger it in a number of ways. You can activate it with your Feng Shui activation, which is terrific. You can also come and go from the room that's in the southwest as much as possible. So if your office is here, if your bedroom is here, you definitely want to make sure that this area is busy, especially for the month of December. If your front door is in the southwest, whether it's your business or your home, come and go from that front door as much as possible, because that will help trigger that Feng Shui energy. Now, if you're not sure what directions are in your office or your home, just look up my Feng Shui compass, how to find compass directions. I've got it on YouTube. Just go to Chris Barr on YouTube and you'll find 2 videos on how to find compass directions. So as you can see, we've got a couple of areas empty on the Bagua. You know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other areas of the Bagua. They're affected by different flying stars for the month, and we're kind of limited on time here, so I can't talk about all of the other 7, but you can go to my website. Just go to timefengshui.com, and you can get not only all of the stars and where they're located for the month, but also all of the remedies and all of the activations, and I tell you what each star means for each direction and how it affects you. In addition to that, I also tell you what your personal Feng Shui outlook is for the month based upon your birthday, because those are even more specific. So it tells you what possibilities lie ahead for you for the month, and then using your Feng Shui, you can make the good possibilities even better for you. And if the possibilities are a little bit challenging, you can use the Feng Shui remedies to make it insignificant, or you may not even notice it for the month, because the Feng Shui remedies will help take care of those negative stars. So I look forward to seeing you in January, and I hope you have a good Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, a happy Kwanzaa, or whatever it is you're celebrating this month. See you next time. Bye.